I won't lie to you. This kind of sucks. Hey, what's up, nerd fam? This is your boy Krishan. I want to welcome you to Enter the Nerd. Today, we're going to talk about the cancellation of Jupiter's Legacy. Now, I meant to put out a video earlier about just a review of the actual season 1. I actually, believe it or not, slipped my mind. It was uploaded, created, and all that. But funny enough, it got canceled not too long after. And I want to talk about that. A couple of things. And I guess I'll say some things that were actually in that first video. First of all, I actually like Jupiter's Legacy for a couple of reasons. One, I did actually read the source material. So maybe some of my view is slanted because of that. I do know what it's about. I'm actually familiar with a lot of Mark Millar's work. And I like the fact that they invested so much into this. I like this view of these heroes, contrary to what a lot of people like. I don't need everything spoon-fed to me. I don't, because a lot of people were complaining like, I don't know what the whole series is about. And it's like, some shows go season by season and then like do callbacks to like the first season. Whatever. I don't want to get into like storytelling. Well, actually, I am going to get into storytelling. I am. But specifically when it comes to this show, a lot of people that I knew personally actually liked it. And then I read a lot of things where people were talking about the, I would say the way they went about making the series, the execution. And I will say that there were some flaws. It did stick a little bit. The pacing was a little bit weird sometimes. However, I actually did like the costumes a lot, especially for something that was on the budget that it had. Yeah, they did a lot of practical effects with the flying and stuff like that. And yes, that looks kind of goofy a lot of times. That's why they do a lot of CG flight, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. They didn't shy away from the violence. I like that. And I did like this other view of how you have someone who's a stickler to like this code, being, you know, I'm forgetting the utopian, right? And then you have his son and his daughter. And that dynamic they have is something that you actually see in real life, but it's something that is weird how people that kind of slip their mind. You know, you have the son who will unreasonably try to fit his father's mold, which doesn't make any sense. And then you have the overbearing father that pushes the other child away, so she becomes something completely the opposite, just in spite, just to be as far away from this thing that she resents. And some people are like, but I don't get it. Why is she like that? In real life, have you not seen that? Have we not seen someone be so overbearing that they push their children somewhere else, and then the other person who just tries to fit that mold, right? Yes, the past. It was weird. Those little past flashbacks were also very interesting with them because it served to at least flesh out the two brothers and even George, you know, Sky Fox. And to be honest, you guys were about to see so much more. They were at the end of the first season. It really set up for what the second season would have been, which would just go. Especially from what I've read, and it gets someplace really, really cool. And I'm sad that a lot of you are not going to get a chance to be able to really see what this show was going to be, because I could see that they were going to probably capitalize on some of the pacing things, but a lot of the work was done. And I actually don't know why this got canceled, because, I mean, according to some things, it definitely got the views. Now, it wasn't promoted correctly, but I'm like, it got canceled so fast. Are we saying it was that bad? Who are we listening to when it comes to this? And why can't a show get a chance to like really develop? I think people, when I looked at the reviews, they were like nitpicky things, but not too many people that I know were like, or even read were like, oh, I just can't stand anything about this show. And if that was you, okay, that's your opinion, and let's talk about that. Like, why didn't you like it, stuff like that, you know, because everyone's got their own thing. Now, obviously, The Boys came out, and a lot of people were comparing it to that when it comes to like this deconstruction of superheroes, or like this gritty take and ugly take on like a superhero world. Got it. But this wasn't like the same, right? We know that, right? And yes, there were some similarities. Like, you know, I've seen someone say that the villain they fought was a lot like Darkseid and stuff like that. And yeah, they had a vague similarity, of course, because a lot of times when they make these things, they are basing it, and sometimes they're almost parodies of a lot of DC or Marvel heroes and villains. So that's not a coincidence. But the story where this was gonna go, like what was gonna happen, and I actually want you to look it up, like what was gonna happen with the son and Utopian, and even the future where they go to when they go to like the kids, just so you can see some of these things. Because I thought that we were gonna get to see something actually kind of special. Now they're going to Super Crooks, which actually takes place within the same universe, albeit it's more edgy and it's just gonna get to people very quickly. It's definitely gonna hit people differently. And I get it, but I wish Netflix would stop canceling shows before they get a chance to be what they really are. Or if they're not a cultural phenomenon like Stranger Things, they just get rid of them because they got rid of Altered Carbon. Altered Carbon was a great show too. Seasons 1 and 2, a lot of people didn't get a chance to watch it, but it's like, come on. I know a lot of people who haven't watched Castlevania 1 through 4, and I'm glad that didn't get canceled because that could have ended up on the chopping block too. And there's tons of other shows. Like, I mean, I actually read a whole article about some stuff that I forgot got canceled, like Dark Crystal and a lot of other things that people actually liked. So I would really like to know exactly what they're basing these things on, because I think this show would have been something that a lot of you would have liked. And I know a lot of people who I spoke to already liked it that I put onto it, right? So yeah, let me know what you think. Did you like Jupiter's Legacy? Are you upset that it got canceled? Are there any other shows that Netflix canceled that you wish would have stayed? Which ones are there? Let's talk about them. And yeah, just don't forget, keep watching these streaming shows. Tell me your favorites, and don't forget to enter the nerd.